Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully, everybody's having a good week. I'm currently in zero comms land, so I have not done much trading other than a few positions that I put in Monday, and we'll see how those play out. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about on this first play. Was a SPY put. So we did, a longer call out or a longer put, 30-day put. And again, that's just we're trying to minimize risk exposure as much as possible. And when you get into weeklies, your risk exposure is much higher, much higher. Like your premium will drop, 10, and 2 to 3% instantly. Another 5%, another 10%, and before you know it, you're down in the hole and you're getting compromised, right? Like you're getting compromises. You don't know what to do at this point. Like, should you close your position or should you keep holding? That kind of stress that people, sometimes will go through in trading will make things worse, right? Because they don't feel confident in their position anymore. So then they average down. And then, say they average down, then the price bounces back up. So now they're losing money again, right? So it's good to play these longer out option calls to minimize the risk exposure, and it's not going to affect the premium as much as it would on a weekly. So maybe my entry is not always perfect, but if I'm looking at the direction to go down, then that's kind of what I'm seeing, right? So with SPY, it's in one of those levels. Me and another guy from a Royal server. If you guys haven't joined that group yet, you should definitely check it out. So him and I were talking about, how to apply the variance multiplier to, like a kind of like a strategy to set up like where your highest support and resistance are, and et cetera, right? So we kind of did like a supply and demand zone here, and and you know basically we can see when the best time was to get into this, right, which was this green area. Okay, once we got in this level here, this 430, right, even though the lowest was down here, it was really choppy. You would have had issues trying to get into this trade, right? But sooner or later it smoothed itself out. So this is the oversold zone. This was the best time to get into it, right? And after that, it's kind of just let the market do its thing. Be confident in your position, and make sure it's not breaking any of those levels that you were concerned about, right? So people that bought down here at 430, once it broke past the 441, they're not concerned anymore, right? Their exposure is no longer there, and they're just running up in their profit. So with that being said, the way to kind of negotiate the situation now is just assume the same people that got into this trade are trying to get out of this trade, right? Well, to minimize risk exposure, that's most likely going to be in this zone right here, and this is this overbought variance zone, right? And we say in the variance because we use the multiplier all the way up to its highest level to get these high zones that we're seeing, right? Now, we could have gone on a higher time frame and done the same thing, but that might have been way too far out. So we're just trying to be conservative here. So 462.81, over that, then we're going to create these new levels, right? So it really all depends on what happens here. And we have this 458.82. If it breaks below that, then we're going, we're having an actual pullback, right? And there's a lot of area for it to go down. So 451 would be the next area that we would look at for maybe in re-entry if these guys want to continue playing this. Okay, now if we continue going up, right, like I said, 462.74 might create a new support. Okay, we'll just have to evaluate it. But again, this is overbought even on a high time frame. So I would not be surprised if we start seeing a pullback, and that's why we got in the puts. Sorry for the long explanation with the variance, but I'm definitely going to do a class for you guys. I mean, at this point, I have to, right? Like, it's almost like torture for some of you that are using the algorithms or want to use the algorithms and have no idea how they work, right? I actually did a survey in my group, and the majority is saying, hey, we need better instructions on how to use these things. And that's always been a challenge for me to, present to an audience. And I was hoping that these videos would kind of give you a little bit of clarity, but maybe just active classes. And we're working on, behind the scenes on really setting up a nice manual for you guys for these algorithms. But again, they still prove their value over and over and over once you know how to use them. All right, so those are my levels for SPY. 462 at the highest, 461 it breaks that. It's gonna retest at 458. Just believe that. Plus it's Wednesday. I don't like trading on Wednesdays. Usually we get a lot of consolidation choppiness, and then if it breaks that, then maybe 451 is where there's new evaluation they're looking at, for another bounce. So we'll check out VIX real quick to see if we have any confirmations on these guys getting ready. All right, so we do have a level here that we need to pay attention to. Is $20.65. So over this particular line right here, let's see if they want to start doing their hedge and hedging against the SPY, meaning they think SPY is going to go down, so they're going to hedge against it, and they're going to get profit off this, right? So 2065 is the level we're looking at VIX. And really, I mean, it's just you can see which levels you want to take. Maybe you want to get out at 21. Maybe 21's a pretty solid area. 2150, maybe highest level 22. So we'll just have to see how severe this pullback is for SPY. But I definitely think we're going to drop this morning or today. So Tesla, is struggling now, and this was sort of something that I wasn't surprised about, especially when it hit these all-time highs. And what's nice though with the algorithms is we are able to see where things could get really messy for Tesla. And that level right here, which has been tested many times, is the 1158 level. So under 1158, then the ride's over for the bulls. At that time, I mean, it could bounce again. Let's say at 1126, right? But we're actually looking lower, maybe into the 1,000 range or something. If this is a pretty concrete pullback, those are this level right here is the big level here. This 1157. So if it does want to go up again, I think it's just going to run right back to into that range at 1200, and it's not really safe to get into these calls until it's over 1200, and then you could try 1300s. But for me, it's I'm bearish on SPY today, or Tesla. Sorry. AMC had looks like a take profit this morning. Maybe they want to keep pushing it up. It always seems like these guys want to short squeeze when SPY is choppy or not doing much, and that's kind of what happened yesterday. It's been in a short squeeze, and it actually popped up. So level we need to watch is this 43.62, which currently that's where it rejected last time. So over 43.62, then we could see 46, and and so on and so forth. So this 34 is still holding as an actual decent bounce. I thought we were going to go to maybe 25 first, but hey, it really depends on how it deals with this $38, $40 zone. So if we can stay in that $40 zone, then we could see the $50 range for AMC and etc. But currently it's saying it's a sell, but it could retest this line at 42 again on this 2-minute here, 42.65. If it retests that, it's going to retest 43, meaning we can probably get into $50 calls. So it's going to be interesting watching AMC this morning. All right, so we have Netflix, and some of these that I'm showing are, it's either I'm seeing a continuation of uptrends or I see a continuation of downtrends, or I'm seeing a real, a test of a reversal coming soon. Well, this is another example of Netflix is, it had a profit take up here at this almost, 695. It got to 693. I think anything under 674, which it's tested before actually yesterday. So if it breaks that again, meaning that the sells are coming in and the buyers are getting weaker, then we have a couple levels here. 662 would probably be one of those levels I'd be watching for. Let's see if we have anything else that's popping up on the radar. So yeah, if it breaks that, then we're going back to the mean eventually. So 625. You could probably look at maybe getting back into Netflix calls, but yeah, definitely pay attention once it gets past the 672. All right, and then MU hit my radar as well. It's passing through the mean reversion, or passing through the mean actually. So we're going to keep a level here at $70.71, as maybe our nest, if you will, or kind of support structure that we want to stay above. And if we get above that, then we're looking at like $74, $75 calls. And we could probably get into those maybe today. It just depends on how the market's moving. 71, 16 would probably be a confirmation over for those $75 calls. So anything under, the $70 or I would say, like 70, 30 or whatever, then it's going to go down to 69, 68, etc. And NVIDIA, it's kind of another one that is getting really close to a selling. So again, I'm seeing a lot of sell signals, or at least setups for sells to happen. So, it's important to pay attention to those when you're using the algorithms, and don't feel like stocks just go up forever. We've been, going up for a while. So wouldn't it be surprising if we see a pullback today? And, if we can't get above for Netflix around 268, 269, then yeah, we're going to start dropping. And our first level of interesting support is 252. So it might want to pull back all the way there. I got 261 though. So 261 first and then 252 if we start selling, right? So you're going to collect your premium faster if you do those 262 calls. You'll probably be in the money if this thing really wants to drop this morning. But for longer outs, you can do 250s as well. You could do 250s, 252. That's 250. That would probably be a good put. And then we'll take a look at Bitcoin real quick. Again, like I said, it consolidates a little bit here and there, and then it pops up. And it's like as soon as we kind of ignore what it's doing, then it really starts moving. So we'll just pay attention to it. And we still have our levels here for Bitcoin. Sorry about the screen brightness if it's bright in your eyes. But, this 64,000 range right here, we got to get over this so we can get to the 68,000. But we're still trending a little bit right now. We're still trending up. Anything under the 61,460 is going to be bearish for Bitcoin. Sorry, still trying to wake up here. So yeah, so we're going to have to create a new support here at 63,400. And then maybe we can get up to 68,000. But, so things aren't moving that fast right now. We'll just see how it looks at, and, as the day progresses. All right, guys. Well, that's all the time I got. Again, I know that the algorithms can be a little tricky, and we are working on fixing that to make it easier for you guys. And I'll start doing classes as well. But again, hey, thanks for spending your morning with me. And please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good week. I'll see you Friday. Peace.